Hello everybody, welcome back to Pink Drinks. My name is Zara Loebner.
My name is Isabel Santine.
And no introduction this time because we're just gonna jump into the movies from Disney during the 1950s.
Hell yeah.
So, Disney decided to get back into full-length feature animated movies this decade because they had the money to do so finally with Cinderella.
Ooh.
And if this movie would have flopped just like Snow White, Disney wouldn't be around today.
Right.
And Walt Disney himself said, my favorite piece of animation that my team ever made was that dress transformation scene. I still agree with that. Like I said last episode, that was the best. You know, outside that, it's still such a beautiful movie in general.
Absolutely.
Like, it was the first of 3 movies that Mary Blair was the art director for, and you could definitely tell how much dedication she put into the art.
For sure. And, like, Cinderella, too, is another, like, Disney film based off of, like, an old, like, fairy tale. And the adaptation is honestly pretty great.
It is.
Like, the way they adapted the story is a lot more entertaining as a movie than the original story would have been.
Right. And I mean, like, sure, some people have problems with the mice, but I thought that they were kind of funny in a way.
Yeah, and they're cute.
Yeah. Plus, they have Cinderella, you know, in a way.
Right.
And I feel kind of bad that, you know, that dress rip scene had to happen because it's like, oh no!
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, when the fairy godmother came and fixed everything, it's like, if there was someone like that that could do that in real life, wouldn't that be wonderful?
Yeah, totally.
Because Cinderella, she did nothing wrong to anyone and she's treated so horribly.
Right.
And she deserved a bit of kindness, and then she got that with her fairy godmother. Yes, it's a bit unrealistic, but it makes your emotions very happy because, you know, she's being treated with respect by someone for once in her life.
Yeah, totally.
And then she does get her happily ever after, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, as much as that is unrealistic, it's what your emotions want to see once again.
Right.
Like I said with Snow White in the last part, so. And, you know, the animation, like, say whatever you want about Cinderella and the storytelling being horrible. Yes, I can agree there. But the animation, you can't hit on that.
For sure. And, like, the effects animation, too, like, of the glitter and sparkles.
I
like,
know.
That's so pretty.
Like, I really miss all hand-drawn animation.
Yeah,
How do we go from that to AI? Ugh.
Yeah, for real.
I'm confused. That same year in 1950, Disney put out their first full live-action movie. Well, if you don't count the live-action anime movies they did in the 40s. Treasure Island, which I haven't seen, unfortunately.
I saw part of it when I was an elementary schooler. I gotta say, I wasn't a huge fan of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, when it comes to Disney, we always think, oh, the animated movies are top tier.
Right.
Live-action's a bit more hit and miss.
Yeah, for sure.
So. But it's okay, because Alice in Wonderland is up next.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Lots of notes for this one for me. So, I was in a play of this movie back in 2012, and it was one of the most fun experiences of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, doing the nighttime performances were so much fun.
Oh, yeah,
we got
totally.
to, like, travel around the school being scared by, like, these creepy statues, and we got to, like, hang out backstage and play our DSs when those were a thing.
Yeah.
And then, like, the art of the play was actually inspired by the art of this movie. So,
whoa, that's cool.
Yeah. And then it became a Mario Kart custom track, The Rabbit Hole, later on, too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Like, everyone loves Alice in Wonderland, come on.
Yeah.
Or this version, at least, I should say. The other versions are pretty bad.
Right.
Well, and you know, later on, Tim Burton movie, I think the reason that's bad is because it didn't follow the book enough, you know?
Right.
But
yeah, the book is so surreal.
the book is, like, something that is really hard to recreate.
For sure.
Because of, you know, it's very wacky and it's very interesting, you know.
Yeah, it's a very ambitious thing to try and make a visual adaptation of the story.
And this movie bombed because another version came out this year, even though it was made in 1949 in France. Like, it was a stop-motion animated version. And, you know, unfortunately, because it got released at the same time as this one, both films failed. What sucks, because, you know, I personally think that those are the best 2 adaptations of the story.
Right, exactly.
Like, if you haven't seen the 1949 stop-motion French movie, I recommend it, actually. So, there's that, and then there's this
Mhm.
Alice in Wonderland, which is pretty cool too.
Yeah, totally.
And then, moving along, getting back into live action, there is the story of Robin Hood. Not the Robin Hood
Ooh.
from the 70s that everyone loves, which we'll get to,
Right.
but, the story of Robin Hood.
Mhm.
So, yeah, that's gonna be fun when we
Totally.
get to
Yeah.
the actual good Robin Hood movie that people
Yeah.
will remember, because I
Absolutely.
have nothing for this.
Neither.
But Peter Pan is next, and we've got a lot about that probably.
Yes.
Peter Pan is so much fun. Oh my god.
Mhm.
Okay, the Native Americans, not so much fun.
Right.
Everything else, tons of fun.
For sure. Yeah. My favorite scenes from that movie are the ones where like Peter Pan and Hook are like fighting. That's my favorite.
Yeah, and then like I love it when they go to Neverland and then they fly in the sky. I wish I could do
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
And Tinkerbell, oh my god, I love her so much. She's such a bitch. And she's basically me for that.
Yeah.
So.
Real.
So yeah, she's awesome for that. Oh, it's just so much fun. It brings me back to being a kid.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember when I was a kid, I always really wanted to fly like Peter Pan could.
And the animation, once again, the 50s animation from Disney, oh my god, some of the best.
Yeah.
In history.
Mm-hmm.
And this is unfortunately the last movie that Mary Blair worked on before she quit the studio.
Oh, okay.
Her art was most prolific in Alice in Wonderland.
Mm-hmm.
But, she did work on Lady and the Tramp a little bit, but then she kind of had to step down because she wanted to work on other things.
Gotcha.
For personal projects and then, like, taking care of her family, I think.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But she came back to Disney later on to do the It's a Small World ride.
Ooh.
Which is a beautiful ride.
Yeah.
So, Mary Blair, you are just phenomenal once again. Like,
For sure.
And I mentioned her before in the last part, but she's still one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
And they paid tribute to her in the Epic Mickey cutscenes, so.
Oh, wow.
I'm
That's
thankful.
awesome.
I'm thankful for that. And then, up next is The Sword and the Rose. Nothing about that. And then, getting back into nature documentaries, this is the first film to actually be distributed by Disney themselves instead of having RKO Radio Pictures distribute their films.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Disney does own the rights to their movies now. This is the first one by Buena Vista, which means good view in Spanish. And it's called The Vanishing Prairie. It's another one I have nothing about. Yeah, you're going to hear, even in the future parts, like even up until the 2020s, I love Disney, but there's a lot of movies I haven't seen from them.
Right, yeah. And, like, that's just the thing, like, Disney is probably one of the most prolific, like, film companies, like, ever.
Up there with, like, Warner Brothers and
Yeah.
Paramount, even Universal.
Yeah, totally.
So then, the last film that RKO ever distributed for Disney was, Rob Roy, the Highland Rogue. I've never seen it, I can't say anything about it. And then I can't say anything about The Vanishing Prairie either.
Yeah, I've not even heard of that one.
It's another nature documentary. But then there's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which was like Disney's first big live action hit, I think.
Right, yeah.
Which I haven't seen either, but hey, at least Disney, as you can tell, during the 50s, they're starting to make progression on live action at least.
For sure, yeah.
Which, I mean, it's cool because, we love our animated match, don't get me wrong, but it's
Mhm.
cool to see live action as well in the mix.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, back then when they did original live action movies and not just shitty remakes the whole time.
Right. Yeah, the remakes that they're doing now are just like
Awful.
yeah, it irks me to no end. It's almost like defamation of like the older pieces of art that they're like doing it based off of.
And then up next is Davy Crockett, which I guess we can just kind of cheat and talk about both of them in one. Cause,
Sure, yeah.
I mean, I've never seen Davy Crockett, unfortunately, but I know very much of like who he was and the basic idea of it. And he became famous with the Walt Disney Treasure series. I like that Walt
Right.
Disney Treasure show
Mm-hmm.
on DVD that they had back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was hosted by Leonard Maltin or something like that.
Yeah.
Like the guy who hosted that, DVD series, I love that guy. He was really
Mhm.
good and talented with what he did.
Cool.
So, I guess Davy Crockett, in a nutshell, I mean, it's something I have respect for. I haven't really seen it,
For sure, yeah.
But it's okay, because Up next is one of my personal favorite movies of all time, Meeting and the Tramp.
Ooh. Yeah, I love that movie.
Oh.
That's got to be one of their more popular ones for sure.
Well, can you blame him though? Lady is basically my grandma's dog Ruby. So cute. So cute.
Mm-hmm.
And the animation in this movie, oh my god.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Somehow Disney's animation at this point is just getting better and better.
Right.
Like the fucking lighting in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like when, Darling is sitting to her baby.
Yeah.
The sun coming through the window. How are they doing this with no computers whatsoever?
Yeah, for real.
And then, the nighttime animation is really good as well.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my god, like this came out 70 years ago and it's still flawless.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the opening scene where it's like wintertime and you see like people riding the horse and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's beautiful. It gets me every time.
Yeah. My favorite scene is the one where they're like both like eating the spaghetti.
Yeah. Well, even though I don't like spaghetti, I only like white sauce pasta.
Oh, sure.
It's just because I grew up on red sauce a lot, I get sick off red sauce.
Oh, man. Yeah.
But, I really do like the fact that it's still a really cute movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that spaghetti scene, I just remember now, actually, it was almost cut from the movie, but then it was saved because one of the animators animated the whole thing by himself in one night and convinced Walt Disney to keep it in, and Walt Disney was like, you weren't very hard on this, I'm going to have a heart and let it stay in the movie.
Aw, that's awesome.
It's very great.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mimi is so cute!
For real.
I love Lady in general. I love the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel dog. So cute. Like, I could gush about her forever.
Absolutely.
She's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
And then my cousin actually had 2 dogs that were Cavaliers too, and she named them Lady and Tramp.
Aww.
Unfortunately, Lady's no longer with us because she had health problems. Unfortunately, she was a puppy mill when she was alive.
Mm-hmm.
But my cousin basically gave her a good home during her final years and basically made her very happy in her final years because she became a very loved rescue dog.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Carrie, for giving Lady a great home and rescuing her.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
And then I guess we should move on before I obsess over Lady too much.
All good.
Moving on, we have another nature documentary, The African Lion. I'll have more to say about the more recent nature documentaries that are narrated by the celebrities versus these older ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's The Littlest Outlaw, nothing about that. Great Locomotive Chase, nothing about that.
Yeah.
Then there's Secrets of Life, another nature documentary. I'll just say for all nature documentaries quick that they're okay for what they are,
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that they're going to top the more recent ones.
Right, exactly.
And then there's Westward Ho! Wagons. Haven't seen that. There's a lot I haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Tremaine. Haven't seen.
Same.
Perry. Haven't seen. Here's what I have seen, though. Old Yeller.
I've heard a little bit about it, but I've not seen it.
Old Yeller is basically a really sad movie because the boy gets really close to the dog.
Mm-hmm.
And then the dog gets rabies and then he has to get shot.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's sad. But, it's still a good movie outside of what it's famous for.
Right.
Like, the relationships between everyone in the family, they feel very real.
Mm-hmm.
For a live-action movie from Disney in the 50s, the cinematography does look really good, actually. Because the cinematography from Disney, like, during the 60s and 70s, and I guess some of the 50s, too,
right,
it's not as fantastic as their cinematography is with their live-action movies today.
Absolutely.
Like, lots of hard shadows, lots of crappier camera quality.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the more modern the film is, the better it will look in terms of the live-action stuff.
For sure.
It's not like the animation, in which it still looks flawless. Only Yeller is a decent movie, but more can I say,
Mm-hmm.
It's good for what it is. It's just that it's remembered for the ending,
Right.
Then moving on, A Light in the Forest. Haven't seen, but have heard it's pretty racist.
Mm-hmm.
Boo. White Wilderness, haven't seen. Tonka, haven't seen. Zorro, haven't seen. And then here's one we absolutely have seen and love, Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, yes.
Sleeping Beauty, it was the last good-looking Disney animated movie until The Fox and the Hound would come out in 1981.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie cost so much money to make. It cost $6 million to make.
Wow.
Which, in 1959, that's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it was because of this movie not doing well at the box office that Disney had to put in Xerox for their next movies, and the animated movies looked uglier as a result. You know, like, my God, the artwork Sleeping Beauty, I could, like, print off all those images I see of it online, you know, and just keep that in a scrapbook. It's beautiful. Like, Lady and the Tramp and Sleeping Beauty are the two most elegant looking Disney movies.
Yeah, and actually they do like sell quite a few like cells from the movie online, like as collector's items. It's really cool.
There are cells at the Walt Disney Family Museum in San Francisco, California.
Wow.
I was there myself and I saw lots of things that Walt Disney himself even touched. Like his Academy Awards of the big Oscar with the 7 little Oscars they got for Snow White.
That's wild.
Like, it's a beautiful museum that was opened up by his own daughter. So, thank you, Diane. And I hope that if you're listening to this in the afterlife as well, that you really appreciate what we're doing for your dad.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Because, we might not have agreed with everything your dad did, but what your dad created, Diane, was absolutely amazing. And
for sure,
you and your sister probably had the most wonderful life being the daughters of Walt Disney.
Yeah.
But getting back into Sleeping Beauty, it's not just the animation that rocks. I mean, Maleficent is one of the best villains in anything.
For sure.
And she probably was the best female villain in an animated movie until the Belle from Coraline became a thing in 2009. So, not only that, but I go with her every year for Halloween. With the green face paint and everything, I always win an award every single year for it.
Wow. That's
how
awesome.
Great I am.
Yeah.
Now shall you deal with me, O Prince, and all the powers of hell!
And, like, my favorite scene from, like, Sleeping Beauty is the one where they're both dancing together.
The ending?
Yeah, the ending.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, and, like the motion of the camera is insane. Like, the attention to detail of, like, the movement of the characters, like, as the camera is moving, too. That I was always really impressed with.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, it's so beautiful, the ending, and like everything about it. The music is great. Once again, the animation, I can't stop praising it enough. It'll be the last time I do it for a while.
Absolutely.
And the side characters are fun too. The free fairies are fucking hilarious. And you know, I think it was kind of cool that they made kind of a story out of a ballet originally.
For sure,
it was a ballet, you know. And I think that's just wonderful. So, unfortunately, the animated movies that came out afterwards, we're not going to have as much positive things to say about probably.
Right.
Maybe some in terms of like some memorable characters or something like that, but not animation.
Yeah.
But we have some more live action movies coming up next. The Shaky Dog, I haven't seen.
Me neither.
And then Darby O'Gill and the Little People, once again, haven't seen. And the 50s ended with Ferdinand on the Mountain, which I haven't seen.
Neither.
Darn. I haven't seen any of the 50s Disney movies besides the animated ones. I suck. Don't worry. Don't. Yeah. I think, like, once we get to the more modern decades, we'll have some more things to say about the live action movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I know by, like, the 60s, there's a couple at least I know of. We'll have a lot more to say about those.
Absolutely.
But that's it for this time. Join us next time as we talk about the 60s Disney movies.
Woot woot.
But until then, the Pink Cafe is now closed. And you guys, take care.